Welcome to Canada! Hello everyone, it's Ben from Game Hunters R Us. Finally. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've last posted a video on this channel. I'm sorry about that. It's been kind of a busy summer. I spent much of it working full-time, and when I mean full-time I don't mean an 8 to 4 job, I mean a lot of noon to 9 shifts. That doesn't leave a whole lot of room for any kind of video game hunting really, so... And even on the days I did have off, more often than not, my brother needed the car. See, I kind of share a car with my brother who was in college over the summer, so he needed it more than I did. So, basically that's been my summer. Work, and even when I'm not working, I was working a lot on my novel writing. I'm basically at the point where I'm ready to send it out, so that's good, but enough about that stuff, let's get into games. So yeah, I didn't have much time all summer to do any actual game hunting. So that kind of, working more often than usual, that also means I have a lot of money building up. And after several weeks in a row of all these noon to 9 shifts, and even a couple 2 to 11 shifts, I just felt the need to spend money. So instead of buying anything classic or anything old and valuable, I bought a PlayStation 4. So that's basically my main video game purchase for the year. And because there's actually a little bit of a story behind buying the PlayStation 4, so because I work retail, I get a discount. And that discount also works at the bigger superstores, which sell video games. So I was considering getting the Last of Us bundle of the PlayStation 4. This was about the same week it came out, but the superstore that I could have got a discount at didn't have the bundle at all, because they didn't realize it would sell. Sold out everywhere else too, except the Future Shop that I eventually went to. Now, I could have got... Now, this was alright, because I also had a $20 gift card for Future Shop, but what actually ended up happening, they had open box units instead. And that actually works out better for me, because if you include the open box price and my discount, if you include the open box price and my gift card, this ended up being cheaper than I would have got for my discount alone if I bought this with the bundle with the game. Buying this and the game separately actually ended up being cheaper. So I did that, and then I bought The Last of Us at the store I got to, basically the Loblaws Superstore. I bought it there with both my 10% discount, and on top of that, I used some PC Plus points to get another $40 off. So this game was only $15 brand new for me. The joys of having workarounds for everything. But I also, on the same day, I also picked up this, Injustice: Gods Among Us for the PlayStation 4. It's the Ultimate Edition with all the DLC characters included on disc. And it had just dropped in price at Microplay when I got it, plus I used a coupon for it, so it was about $27, again, for a new copy of the game, so that's pretty good too. And then a couple of weeks later, off of Kijiji, I wanted a shooting game, or at least some sort of split-screen multiplayer game for when friends came over, so I'm not really a fan of this series, but I bought it because I needed something. Call of Duty Ghosts. So I'm gonna, for the sake of it, because that's all I really got over the entire summer, might as well give a little brief review of all this stuff. The PlayStation 4 itself is a really nice system, actually. Compared to the PlayStation 3, everything loads faster, the operating system, everything, the games load faster. The PlayStation 3 doesn't really understand what high-speed internet is. PlayStation 4 really does. But what's also really nice, I don't know if this is with the Xbox One as well, but the PlayStation 3 offered background downloads, but you had to activate it manually. With the PlayStation 4, the background downloads happen automatically, and it's not just that, but it offers simultaneous downloads. You can be downloading 3 different games and a patch for a different game all at the same time, and they all move at the same time. They all move faster than even one file on the PlayStation 3. Another thing that's nice about it is that it can even be installing a game and downloading a patch for it at the same time, which is really cool. And then what it also does, it downloads a patch for a game without slowing it up the starting time, and then it'll just install the patch after you turn it off and then turn it on again. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff to like about the PlayStation 4 and the way it works. And yeah, it does force you to install every single game, but you can start playing it within minutes of the game starting to install. And yeah, the loading times won't be as fast while it's installing. They'll still be faster than the PlayStation 3 loads them. I mean, for example, The Last of Us on the PlayStation 3 had terrible loading times. This one is almost instantaneous. And, so yeah, the loading times are really good. Another really neat feature is this whole thing where you can watch streaming videos. It's really good with sharing data. That's what the share button is for. But another fun thing you can do is just watch other people streaming games. While I was waiting for this to install, I was watching Angry Joe streaming a bit of The Last of Us multiplayer. And that was kind of fun. It's a way to kill time if you don't have any other games installed yet. There aren't a whole lot of major games that are only on the PlayStation 4 yet. I mean, come on. All 3 of these games are on the PlayStation 3, and most of the games I'm interested for the PlayStation 4 are also on the PlayStation 3. But, yeah, the Xbox One's like that too. It doesn't have many good games out yet. But the PlayStation 4 has a lot of what you call system justifiers. There are a lot of independent games available. There are a lot of downloadable titles that really help sell the system. Some of them are free. There are a couple free-to-play PlayStation 4 only games that I have that are actually kind of fun. One's sort of a science fiction-y version of Call of Duty that's only multiplayer, and there's another one that's sort of a third-person shooting game where you use swords and guns, and it's co-op, but you can play it alone too. That game's kind of fun. It's worth the price of 0 cents, and you can buy stuff for it if you want. Then DC Universe Online is on the PlayStation 4, although it was also on the PlayStation 3, but, you know, downloadable games that you can just play. So, a lot of things that you can get for it while you wait for the bigger games to release. Now, as for these 3 games, I already talked about, in a video of The Last of Us, I talked about how much I really loved this game, and I loved replaying it again. Not only are the loading times faster, but it's in higher definition. The PS3 version was only 720p, this is 1080p. All the textures are more detailed, the physics are a little more detailed in it. The frame rate's faster. PS3 was only 30 frames a second, this is 60. But if you really want, you can lower it down to 30 in the menu if you're that much of a purist. I don't know anyone who is, but you can do it. And then the downloadable content is on disc, so if you haven't played... Basically, if you haven't played The Last of Us before, you should get this for either the PlayStation 3 or the PlayStation 4. This is the better version, but they're both fantastic games anyway. And then Injustice. It's a good Mortal Kombat style fighting game, although I have to say, graphically this looks like a PlayStation 3 game, and unlike The Last of Us, this doesn't seem to load any faster than the PS3 version would have. So I'm kind of glad that this is the only version of the game I had, because it otherwise would have been a complete waste. And $30, okay. And there's Call of Duty Ghosts. Like I said, I'm not really a Call of Duty fan, but I needed a 4-player shooting game. Every single Call of Duty game since at least number 2 for the Xbox 360 has had 4-player split screen. Every single one of them. This doesn't. It only has 2-player split screen. So the main reason I got this, you would assume that it does, but it only has 2-player. Screw you, Activision. That's why I never buy any of your games new. I don't know, as soon as I find a 4-player split-screen shooting game for the PS4, I'm getting rid of this. Even if it's not that good of a shooting game, I'm still getting rid of this. But at least for now, I have a 2-player game, and that's fine when I only have 2 controllers so far. Now, the controller itself is really nice, and in case you didn't know, you can actually use these on the PlayStation 3 as well. If you search for, it's not compatible with every game, but if you search for PS4, PS3 compatibility or something like that on Google, basically the first link will have a list of all the games that are compatible and all the ones that aren't. But it's a much more comfortable controller than the PlayStation 3. It's light still. I like the triggers better. The joysticks are a little easier to grip on. They're a little more comfortable that way. This thing, it's sort of like a mouse touchpad on a laptop. It's kind of useless in some senses, but there are some games that make good use of it. But most games just kind of use it the same way that the select button on the PlayStation 3 works. Yeah. Whatever. That's my quick review of the PlayStation 4. Very nice system. So that pretty much puts me in the official PlayStation 4 Wii U camp for this generation, because I have no current plans of getting an Xbox One. It has even less games that I'm looking forward to than a PlayStation 4. The only real big title is Halo, and while I do enjoy some of the later titles, I'm not really a Halo fan. But, okay, I might as well just show you the system itself, too, and compare it to the PlayStation 3 Slim that I have. It's not that much bigger than the PlayStation Ultra Slim. It's not. I thought it would have been a lot bigger than that. But no, this is the actual size of the PlayStation 4. It's not a bad-looking system either. But one thing you really should know is that the PlayStation 4 does not have composite video, it only has HDMI output. So if you don't have an HDMI TV or computer monitor, you can't play it. That is something you have to know. The Wii U can be played on an older TV. Of those two systems, I do still prefer the Wii U, just because there are actually games for it right now, and there are so many good games coming out by the end of the year. Bayonetta 2 looks really good, plus we'll have the first one on disc. Hyrule Warriors, it could be fun. I'll check. I won't buy it right away. I might get it used somewhere for cheap, or whatever finds it cheap. But then Super Smash Bros. Is coming out. The new Zelda game that's supposed to be next year looks really good. It's just, apart from Uncharted 4, all the games I'm looking forward to right now are on the Wii U. So, if you're only going to get one of the new systems, the Nintendo one is the one I'd recommend. But if if that doesn't interest you and you still want a new system, I would recommend the PlayStation 4. Not enough good games yet, but they'll eventually come, and there are enough games on it to at least justify having one, if you already do. But, so that's basically been my summer of game hunting. Hope you enjoyed watching. I should be able to get back to normal classic game hunting soon, now that my hours are kind of going down a bit and becoming a little more regular. See ya!